What happens when the so-called Alpha King turns out to be more chemically enhanced than primal? The fall of Liver King wasn't just a scandal. It was a message to every man trying to build strength, confidence, and legacy. If your power is fake, your collapse is guaranteed. In today's video, we're breaking down how fake alpha energy backfires, why the Liver King's empire fell, and, more importantly, how you can avoid the same trap. How to build the real thing. Quiet confidence, unshakable presence, power that lasts. But before we get into it, hit that subscribe button and join the Chad Guys Brotherhood. This is where men sharpen their edge, step into dominance, and build themselves into the man others look up to, or fear. Welcome to the channel. Before the exposed emails, the internet roasting, and the awkward apology tour, Liver King was an online force. He looked like he'd been carved out of beef jerky. He screamed primal wisdom at the camera. He flipped raw meat like a preacher with a steak. And it worked. He sold millions in supplements, built a loyal tribe of followers, and convinced the world he was natural, clean, ancestral. To many young guys searching for strength in a soft world, he was a symbol of power, of escape, of raw masculinity in a culture that's constantly trying to neuter it. But beneath the beard, behind the barbells, and under all that liver, was a carefully constructed character. Because real strength isn't loud. Real confidence doesn't need a costume. And real alpha energy, it doesn't fake its way to the top. Liver King wasn't just a brand, he was a promise. The message was simple. You can reclaim your masculinity if you just return to your primal roots. Eat organ meat, sleep on the floor, walk barefoot, train like a beast, reject modern comforts. In theory, it sounded bold, simple, even admirable. But there was a catch. He built an empire off the claim that he was all natural, that his insane physique was the result of discipline, liver, and ancestral living alone. The truth? Behind the scenes, he was spending over $11,000 a month on steroids, peptides, and growth hormones. This wasn't primal, it was pharmaceutical. It was carefully hidden, and it was completely in conflict with the message he preached. The lie wasn't just about drugs, the lie was about trust. And for a man, trust is everything. If people can't believe your words, they won't follow your example. In late 2022, the truth came out. Liver King's leaked emails exposed his entire steroid stack, cycle, and strategy. He went from primal icon to internet punchline overnight. He released a shirtless apology video, lit candles, tried to look vulnerable, claimed the lie was a tactic to grow his platform. But the damage was done. You can't lie about your foundation and expect people to stay loyal when the walls collapse. He didn't just fall, he failed every man who believed in him. And here's the reality most guys miss. Pretending to be alpha will always catch up to you. Whether it's steroids, fake confidence, rented cars, or lies to women, you might get away with it for a while. But real recognizes real, and sooner or later the cracks show. Let's break it down. Why does fake alpha energy always collapse? Because it's built on shortcuts, on showmanship, on deception instead of discipline. Liver King's three core mistakes were this. First, he relied in shortcuts instead of process. He wanted the result, the shredded physique, the dominance, the following, without paying the authentic price. Second, he built a persona instead of character. He didn't become the man. He just dressed like him, spoke like him, acted like him on camera. Third, he confused attention for authority. Just because people are watching doesn't mean they respect you. And respect is the currency of real masculinity. This isn't just about one guy getting caught. This is about a generation of men being lied to. Young men are desperate for strength, discipline, leadership, and truth. And the loudest voices online are often selling a fantasy instead of a framework. If you're trying to build yourself up, here's the bottom line. Shortcuts are seductive, but they're always expensive. They cost your credibility, they cost your peace, and they cost your potential in the long run. So what should you do instead? Here's how to build real, lasting, respected masculine energy in a world full of loud frauds. 1. Choose process over performance. Everyone wants the results, the physique, the money, the respect. But few are willing to suffer in silence for years to earn it. Put in the work, show up daily. Your gains, physical, mental, financial, should be a byproduct of obsession and consistency, not a shortcut stack. 2. Be silent longer than you're visible. The loudest guy in the room usually has the least to say. Don't chase validation. Chase mastery. Build behind the scenes. Let your results speak when you no longer have to. 3. Build character, not just a brand. Anyone can wear a beard, scream into a camera, and sell supplements. But men who build character develop patience, restraint, conviction, and purpose. If your actions and your words align over time, people will respect you, even if they disagree with you. 4. Train your body as a discipline, not a disguise. Working out isn't about aesthetics alone. It's about learning how to push through resistance. Discipline under the bar becomes discipline in business, in relationships, and in life. Train to conquer your impulses, not to impress strangers on Instagram. 5. Get brutally honest about your intentions. Why do you want to be an alpha male? Is it to get revenge on people who doubted you? To pull more women? Or is it because you want to build a life worth protecting and leading? If your answer is ego, you'll break. If your answer is legacy, you'll last. 6. Tell the truth, especially when it's uncomfortable. This is the ultimate masculine trait. The world lies to itself every day. But the man who can speak the truth without shame, without fear, without editing himself for comfort, is the man who wins long term. You don't need to be a savage. You need to be solid. The Liver King collapse wasn't just about steroids. It was about the gap between image and integrity. Every man watching this is faced with a choice. You can become the loud, performative, shortcut-chasing version of masculinity that burns out in 5 years. Or you can do the work. Build in silence. Get strong without lying. Lead without pretending. And rise without needing to scream about it. The strongest men you know, they don't need to convince you they're alpha. They just are. And here's the truth you won't hear from the liver kings of the world. Real men build slowly, quietly, painfully, and it's exactly that pain that makes them powerful. Liver King had the abs, the supplements, the screaming, and the brand. But what he didn't have was integrity. And in the long game of masculinity, that's what separates legends from internet gimmicks. If you're tired of the noise, if you want to build strength that lasts, if you're ready to join a tribe of men who are done pretending, then hit that subscribe button and join the Chad Guys Brotherhood. We're not here to impress. We're here to improve. Week by week, rep by rep, truth by truth, shoulders back, chin up, eyes forward. We'll see you in the next one.